I destroyed my cheating wife's AP's life and then I divorced her. So, there I was, minding my own business and thinking that life couldn't get any better. I had a beautiful wife, a good job, and everything seemed to be going well. Little did I know that my world was about to be turned upside down. It all started one fateful evening when I saw my wife's phone light up with a text from her coworker. It was just a flirty message, but it got my blood boiling. I confronted her about it, and she denied everything. "It's just a joke," she said. "He's like that with everyone. Plus, he's married." But deep down, I knew better. I could see the truth in her eyes, and I knew that she was lying to me. It was nice to know he was married, though. That info came in handy, as you will see. I decided right then and there that I was going to destroy their lives before I divorced her. I couldn't let her get away with this betrayal, and I wanted her to suffer the same way I was suffering. So, I devised my plan. First, I wanted to make sure I had enough real evidence to destroy his marriage. It didn't take long to get enough pics from my wife's phone of their conversations. It turns out she had sent a few topless pics to him as well. I was sure his wife was going to love seeing those. But first, I wanted to give this whole thing a giant twist. So I went out and paid cash for a few Visa gift cards. I didn't want anything traced back to me, and I knew that this would be the perfect way to stay anonymous. Then, I signed up her coworker, let's call him AP, for gay adult magazines, having them delivered straight to his home address. I even went the extra mile and started buying kinky adult toys, sending them to his house as well. I'm sure his wife would love finding that stuff in the mailbox every day for a while. But that wasn't enough. I wanted everyone to know about AP's secret life, so I started sending him flowers at work. I had the card signed from his gay lover, Samuel, and made sure that the messages were as explicit as possible. It wasn't long before everyone in the office would be gossiping about AP and his affair with Samuel. To make matters even worse for him, I started making requests on the local radio station, posing as Samuel. They would play songs dedicated to AP, and everyone would listen in shock as the DJ read the love notes I had written. Through all of this, I acted like I had no idea what was going on. My wife started losing interest in AP and actually began giving me more attention, but I didn't reciprocate. I remained distant, knowing that the end was near. As the rumors about AP being gay spread, I ramped up my efforts. I signed him up for every free brochure about gay cruises, vacations, festivals, and anything else I could find. His mailbox was soon overflowing with junk mail from all kinds of gay resources, and it was impossible to ignore. I had them sent to his place of work as well. Eventually, I contacted his wife. I told her of the affair between my wife and her husband. She was in denial at first. She probably thought he was having an affair with Samuel and not my wife, LOL. I didn't even bring up the other stuff. I just sent her the proof of his affair with my wife and let her and everyone else remain confused about the rest of it. She filed for divorce almost immediately. It was a small victory for me, but I knew that I still had work to do. With AP's life in ruins, I turned my attention to my wife. I had her served with divorce papers while I was at work, making sure that she knew that I was the one who had been orchestrating everything. Along with the papers, I sent her a single dead, black rose, and a note that read, "Our marriage has been dead for months now. You killed it when you started cheating with AP. I heard life hasn't turned out very well for him lately. That's a real shame. Now you can join him in the divorce club, because we are through." My wife was devastated, but I didn't care. She had betrayed me, and I had gotten my revenge. I felt a sense of satisfaction that I had never felt before, and I knew that I had made the right decision. She left the next day. I kept the house and my car, and she took all of her belongings in her car. It was a pretty easy divorce, really, and I'm glad it is over. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking that what I did was cruel and unusual, but you have to understand that I was hurt, and I felt like I had no other choice. I needed to make them feel the same pain and betrayal that they had inflicted on me. It was the only way I could move on and start healing. As for my ex-wife and AP, their lives never really recovered. AP's reputation was so tarnished that he eventually had to leave town. I heard through the grapevine that they had tried to reconnect, but the damage had already been done and all of the fun had been taken out of it. They could never go back to the way things were. Yeah, how does that feel? LOL. Looking back on everything that happened, I can't help but feel a twisted sense of pride. I had taken control of a terrible situation and turned it around in my favor. I had shown them that they couldn't just walk all over me and that there were consequences for their actions. So, let this be a lesson to all of you out there. Betrayal has consequences, and if you're not careful, you may find yourself on the receiving end of someone's wrath. But more importantly, remember that you have the power to take control of your own life and come out stronger on the other side. Life is too short to let others walk all over you. Stand up for yourself, and never forget that you deserve better. Well, what do you think? Did he take things too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threats.